Happy Friday, people. How are we doing? I got a really short, condensed version of the Aware News Network for you today. My amazing co host, Hope Cross, cannot be with me today. So I feel, what should I do? How should we make this work without the amazing Hope Cross? So, what I'm going to do is let's have a transparent discussion. Let's give you some updates in workforce development, juvenile justice, and child welfare, specifically as they relate to C.A.P.E conversations. We're going to move fast. We're going to go quick and make this happen. Just a little recap on what C.A.P.E conversations is obviously there's Speak for MC, which is Speak for Motivating Change, Speak for Maggie's Change. And everything I do there is training, keynote speaking, curriculum development, consultation, all of that good stuff, right? The next stage of that is C.A.P.E conversations. And C.A.P.E conversations isn't about what service can we provide. It's more about what impact can we make. It's primarily raise awareness, have conversations that matter, and then leverage those conversations and that awareness to impact some real change. C.A.P.E conversation is all about, talk is good, but now we got to do something about it. And the focus for that is workforce development, juvenile justice, and child welfare. So for this episode, I want to give you some updates in all three of those areas of where we're standing and have a real transparent conversation. And again, getting back to next week, Hope Cross is going to join us again to help facilitate some updates in those areas. But for now, I'm going to talk to you about what we have accomplished so far and where we are going from here. If you do want to learn more about C.A.P.E conversations, obviously you can go to speakformc.com and check it out. And let me actually go ahead and put that information in the description for you right now. But C.A.P.E conversations is all about workforce development, child welfare, and then obviously juvenile justice. And my role in each of those areas is all about actionable change. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's start with workforce development. Really awesome thing happened this week. As of July 1st, so just 18 days ago, 17 days ago, I became the Florida state rep for SETA. And if you know anything about me, as soon as we get started, it's ready to go. All that sitting around and waiting for things to happen is not something I like to do. So we said, you know what can we do right away? And we hosted a national webinar for SETA where we streamed across 6 different platforms and had upwards of 200 viewers at a time. It was such a cool event to raise awareness about the impact we're having, raise awareness about the direction we're going, but then also give those individuals that help people some tools to continue to allow them to do that. So the awesome news, that webinar is live for you to check out anytime you want. You can go on the SETA Facebook page, you can go on StreamYard, or you can go on YouTube. And if you're seeing it on your screen right now, it is live on YouTube. I'll go ahead and put that in the description for you as well. This is a full webinar. If you're in a helping profession, that's going to give you tools to help you help others more effectively. And it's free. And the only goal is just to have a positive impact. So already we're doing some big things with SETA. We plan to host these live webinars and live streams at least every other month, and maybe every month, depending on how things land and what the memberships look like and what the engagement is. Like if our members want it, we're going to do it. Speaking of SETA, really cool thing on the C.A.P.E conversation side. I said I got to make more of a difference in Florida. I got to have more of an impact in Florida. And the timing was perfect because right when I become the state rep for Florida, guess what? 2026, the first conference of 2026 for SETA is in Orlando, Florida. So what does this mean? This means that I'm going to have a significant impact and input on what that conference is going to look like. So what do I need from you? I have to provide recommendations for showcase speakers, showcase presentations, local Florida activities or supports or resources in Florida that we want to highlight on a national level. So what I need is, if you are a community member, if you are a community agency, if you are someone in the workforce field in Florida and you have an innovative approach, an innovative idea, if you have a service that you think needs to be elevated to the national level that can bring attention to the positive impact you're having on that workforce side, I need you to reach out to me, because we are in the planning process for this conference already. This also goes for keynote speaking. Or do you have a connection with a local elected official? Are you an elected official watching this now and you want to have your voice heard to talk about the initiatives that you're pushing for your constituents on the workforce side? Reach out to me, because we are planning this conference. We want to make this Florida conference one of the most impactful ones we have had thus far, and we need to represent and showcase Florida. So save the date on that. That is March 1st. Again, we're in the planning stages. If you want to get involved, or you have an idea of who should get involved on the Florida side, reach out to me. Speaking of conferences, on the C.A.P.E Conversations Workforce Development side, again, the Workforce Professional Development Summit is coming up soon, and that is September 8th through the 10th. And I am the keynote speaker. I have a C.A.P.E Conversations keynote that I am delivering, and I'm going to be manning a SETA table. That has not been finalized yet, but we're getting in that direction. We just need to work out a couple of the logistics. But I will be there representing C.A.P.E Conversations, representing Speak for MC, and then also representing SETA. So if you have not registered for this event, this is an awesome event in Orlando that you can come connect with workforce professionals, find out how to have a continued impact in that field. And then again, I'm going to be there for the keynote. I have a keynote address for that I have not delivered yet. It's extremely emotional, impactful, and driven towards some real sustainable change. So join me there. This is cool. You know, this is a really good opportunity. So shout out to the team that selected me for being a part of that. I'll go ahead and put that link in the description as well. So a lot of big things happening in workforce development on the C.A.P.E Conversation side. The first thing was, can we do something actionable as the Florida state rep? Can we make more of an impact to raise awareness about the role workforce development has in Florida? I'm proud to say we're already doing that, but this is just the beginning. Let's transition to the other side of C.A.P.E Conversations, which is all about juvenile justice. So my main role on the C.A.P.E Conversation side with regard to juvenile justice is the vice chair, or acting as the vice chair for the Circuit 6 Advisory Board. And this is a board that I'm really proud of, especially as of late, because we have been having meeting after meeting recently, but all these meetings are tied to some actionable steps we are taking to have a real impact in Pinellas and Pasco County. And one of the things we're doing right now is trying to get in touch and more involved with the schools to see if we can have an impact on the rate of in-school and out-of-school suspensions, obviously wanting to reduce those. So we just got a lot of data provided to us that allows us to really hone in our focus on those areas. So we are in the process of creating some plans that can help strengthen our schools with regard to being proactive to reduce some of the behaviors that might lead to some of these suspensions. So I'm really excited about the impact we're having on that, especially in the areas that are local, some of the schools that I either visited or attended as I grew up in Pinellas County. The other thing the Circuit 6 Advisory Board is doing that I think is a really great initiative is where you're trying to raise awareness for young people about how their communications or their posts or their interactions on social media could potentially land them in legal trouble. There are a lot of behaviors you can have on social media or display on social media that some young people might not know the implications associated with those. Like even making a joke about you might bring a weapon to school or you might do something. Sometimes we just post impulsively. So what we need to do is say, hey, let's have a real discussion of what this looks like and what this type of post could eventually lead to or snowball to with regard to your involvement in the juvenile justice system. So what we want to do is reduce the number of young people that are landing in the system based off of their engagement and involvement on social media. So we have some good plans in order to do that. So stay tuned for that. if you want to get involved in the juvenile justice side, if you want to get involved with the Circuit 6 Advisory Board, reach out to me. We can have a conversation and talk about what that looks like. We're always looking for passionate members of the community that can help us raise awareness about some of the things that we talked about. So on the C.A.P.E conversation side, I'm really excited and really proud of the work we are having with regard to juvenile justice. Real quick, speaking of juvenile justice, I do want to just give a shout out to the Boys and Girls Club. They are a phenomenal partner on the CAB, and they're also a phenomenal partner for me as on behalf of Speak for MC and C.A.P.E Conversations. I can't say enough about the work that they do. If you have the ability to donate or get involved with the Boys and Girls Club, please do that. If you know someone, a parent that needs a little more support and a little more assistance with their child with regard to some of the services that Boys and Girls Club can provide, definitely reach out to them. They are one of the most impressive and passionate and genuine organizations that I've been involved with, especially as it relates to helping young people. So shout out to the Boys and Girls Club. And we got some cool things that we're partnering on that we're going to work together soon. Speaking of shout outs, I also want to shout out the Prevent Child Abuse Florida. So we're going to transition now to the final part of C.A.P.E Conversations, which is the child welfare side. So I want to start with giving a shout out to Prevent Child Abuse Florida, the Ounce Prevention Fund Florida, for the incredible work that they are doing, and specifically the prevention convention that you see on your screen that they have coming up. Let me go ahead and put this in the comments as well. I am proud to say that Speak for MC is a sponsor of this event. I try to do as much as I can on that side to help, and I want to encourage you to kind of similar either attend or become a partner. But their prevention convention is coming up soon. It is August 21st, August 22nd in Orlando, Florida. And the work that the Ounce of Prevention does and Prevent Child Abuse Florida does, I don't think you can put a dollar on it. I have known a lot of the individuals that work with this organization, and they genuinely, truly care about helping children and families in Florida. There is no other incentive or mandate for them of they have to do this work. They're choosing to do this work because they care about kids. So definitely, if you can't donate or get involved with the prevention convention, go on their social media, Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn, and at least hit that follow button for Prevent Child Abuse Florida. They provide a lot of good updates. They tell you what they're doing. They give good education around how to make sure that children are safe and give tips and tools. So support the Ounce of Prevention Fund Florida, support the Prevention Convention. They're just an incredible partner. So let's talk about C.A.P.E Conversations, what I'm working on right with regard to the child welfare, specifically the foster care system. I recently took a deep dive into the adoption incentive annual report, and this was from 2024. And what this report does, and I'll go ahead and put this in the comments for you as well. Go ahead and do that. What this report does is give a recap of some of the measures as it relates to adoption, length of stay that a child was in the system, post-TPR, pre-TPR. It's a lot of great information, and I really appreciate the Department of Children and Families of being transparent and publishing this information. As you know, I have a very real personal investment in helping the Florida foster care system as an adoptive father myself. Even though our situation obviously was beautiful and the outcome was everything that we could imagine, that doesn't mean I just want to move on from it. I want to use our experiences to help others and impact change in the system in a really meaningful way. So in order to do that, we got to start with the data. And what I found in reviewing this report, there is an opportunity to move forward and really focus in on specifically related to post-TPR, the process from post-TPR to eventual adoption. So what I have done is I put together a proposal and an outline of what I think, or the direction I think we can go to solve some of these issues. And it's about a 10-page proposal. And I sent that to the Florida Department of Children and Families for their review, because I want their input first, and hopefully they can help me identify some blind spots. And then after we do that, I'm excited to figure out, okay, what are the first steps to try to get some of these things done, whether it be by myself, whether it be with community partners, whether it be with the department. In either case, I am extremely committed to helping with some positive change in the system, and it starts with the data. So the first step, phase one of that step, is providing the department with my thoughts, my proposals, some questions related to the data. And then from there, after getting those answers, creating a really collaborative and well-rounded plan to help positively impact the length of stay post TPR to adoption. And I'll continue to explain more of that as we go. But that's a really that's probably one, if I rank things, at the top of C.A.P.E conversations right now as it relates to some actionable change. On that note, I am also hosting a live virtual town hall on August 15th, where I have a young man named Lucane, who I work with quite a bit. If you follow on social media, you've probably seen that we work together. He's publishing his own book, and he is a former foster care youth. He is going to co-host this town hall with me. And the point of this is to bring individuals together who maybe don't know anything about the foster care system, individuals who may have been involved with it for years, and share ideas, talk about experiences, share some real stories, not in the effort or not in the spirit of just venting or complaining. That's not useful, but in order to maybe highlight some lessons from those stories that we can then leverage to work towards change. So this is a virtual town hall that is open to whoever wants to get involved, whether, again, you've been in this, you worked in the system forever, or this is something that's completely new to you. I encourage you to register. Now, I will be streaming across all platforms, but if you register specifically through StreamYard, and I'll go ahead and put that link in the comments as well, everyone who registers through StreamYard will be eligible for free books. And the book that I will be handing out is this one right here, C.A.P.E Conversations, A Roadmap to Communicating with the Child Welfare System, Part 1. What this book is after our adoption journey was done, I said, what is a resource, or what is information that if my wife and I had when we first started could have helped us better navigate some of the ups and downs of that journey? I asked myself that question, and I said, all right, make that book. And that's what this book is. This book isn't going to solve everything. It's not going to explain everything. But if you're considering entering the system or you're new to it, it can really provide a roadmap for you to say, okay, what questions should I ask? What should I know? It's a book I'm really proud of. So I say all that to say is if you register through StreamYard for that event on August 15th, you're going to be eligible to get some of those books. I'm probably going to do a drawing. It really depends on how many people are registered, but I want to give out as many as I can. On that note, if you have someone who is considering fostering or considering adopting, and you think this book could be really helpful for them, reach out to me at curtis@speakformc.com, and let's just get it in their hands. This thing wasn't written to make money, to be candid with you. It was written to help. So if you know someone that could really benefit, or this would help them, reach out to me, and let's go ahead and get a book in their hands. And let me go ahead and put the link to this book in the comments for you as well. So check that out. So speaking of some more cool updates related to child welfare, I will be speaking at the Safe Children Coalition Conference October 9th and 10th. I have 2 workshops, and then I am also doing kind of like a closing speaking situation for the team as well. I will be bringing books to that and handing those out for free for individuals in attendance. So if you want to get involved on the children and family side, I encourage you to get involved with this conference. Go ahead and register, learn more about the Safe Children Coalition Conference. Obviously, post-adoption journey was really important for me to get involved more on the ground level with the individuals who work in this field, who are experienced in this field. And the best way to do that is to attend these conferences, network, learn, ask questions. So I'm really thankful and appreciative to the team at the Safe Children Coalition for allowing me to be a part of that event. It's going to be a really great event. So that's it. This was a quick episode for the Aware News Network. I wanted to give you some updates again on workforce development, juvenile justice, child welfare. This whole C.A.P.E Conversations thing isn't just about, hey, let me give you a training that might help you, or hey, let me sell you some books. This is about actionable change. This is real change. This is the Aware News Network asking why and requiring everyone. Speak for MC does a lot of amazing things. Speak for MC is out there speaking, training, curriculum development, consultation. That's not going anywhere. But C.A.P.E Conversations is, hey, let's make an impact on our communities in a real actionable way. Let's bring people together. Let's potentially pass some bills, some legislation. Let's add value in a way that 10 years from now, children and families in our communities will be better off because of the things we're doing. And it's going to happen. If you know anything about me, when it comes to change, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. And I'm not doing this to start a fight. I'm not doing this to be confrontational. I want to be collaborative. I want to work with people. And the only thing I'm concerned with is change. I understand that in order to get the change, you got to go through discomfort. And I'm okay with that. And quite frankly, I'm not concerned with that. I'm just here to help. And I want to see children and families, especially in Florida, be put in a position to succeed and be in a situation where the individuals that can help them are constantly contributing to improving their processes, their trainings, their systems, their legislation. And C.A.P.E Conversations is going to make that happen. So reach out to me at curtis@speakformc.com. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat as well. If you want to get involved, if any of those areas, workforce development, juvenile justice, or child welfare stand out to you that you want to potentially partner on, or if you have an experience in or a story in any of these three systems that you want to tell me about so I can hear it and I can hear your perspective, I'd be open to that as well. So that's all I got. Happy, amazing Friday to you amazing people and you amazing viewers. Next week, we're going to get back to normal business. Hope Cross is going to save me again. And again, shout out to Hope Cross. If you're not following her, she's one of the most impactful and influential and inspiring speakers and trainers out there right now. So go show her some love. Let me actually see if I can pull her up right here. There she is. She's going to be at the Reentry Summit. There's Hope Cross. Go at Hope Cross on any of the social media platforms. You'll find her, connect with her, and you will not be sorry that you did. All right, everybody. Family, friends, food, faith, all of that is coming up this weekend. Go enjoy it. I appreciate y'all, and we'll talk soon. Peace. What if we help people who help people? Speak for MC provides training, motivational talks, personal reflections on parenting, resilience, and working through adversity. Welcome to Speak for Maggie's Change. Hit that subscribe button.